Okie doke. So yes, just more or less, I guess, an update of how things have been going. And to be honest with you, I don't want to show you the other map anymore until I've got it all set up. Just due to and so that way I was like, you know what, I'm gonna let everybody let you see what I've been seeing in every all the videos and just get used to this pea green map. The washed out bitmap graphics that were done in paint on the fly, Alberto counters that were cut with dull scissors, tons of dust on the map, the whole 9 yards. Um, so that way you can get hopefully a more of a dramatic effect later on. Um, and also, please, I hope you remember that it's not like at the end I'm like, wow, these are the best counters, when you see them or whatever. Wow, Chris has got a pretty low bar or whatever. No, well, first of all, I want to get back into rolling dice and playing, as well as yet again, I'm far more interested at this point in function than aesthetics. If I was going to be developing it later on, sure, then I'll start incorporating aesthetics. But at this point, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be designing a counter or whatever. Um, Aesthetics for me is not the first thing to be thinking about when designing a counter, at least at this scale, anyways. But anyways, what I'll talk about. So more or less all the counters, the big counters have been done. So I've done all, and they're all on the board. Um, I'm not putting everything on the board on the other map, but I just need to see. Like I said, I'm going to see if there's any discrepancies, and then I'm also going to do another record bookkeeping thing because I've got to get everything in numerical order, and so that'll be another check for me. I'm also when I swap maps because I am going to bring the good one into the living room and the old one into there. I'm going to keep the old one out, and I'm going to use it when I'm planning out my moves for the other side and whatnot as a practice thing. And then I can role play it yet again as being the junior officer with the practice map. And then this big one in the living room will be the war room, which would be totally awesome. What else can I say? So yeah, so they're all done. Maybe I'm a day ahead of schedule, maybe two, which is good because I think Rob's going to be coming over Saturday. I certainly hope so because we haven't hung out in about 2 months, and I think both of us need to do that, especially before the holidays. So that'll be nice. Even if we just set up we're just doing the Massyria scenario for World Undone, 1914 East Prussia. It's a small counter thing. But anyways, even if we just set it up, it's been 2 months since we played. We'll have to figure out how the hell to play the game again. But yeah, so what else can I say? That's what is left. I've got to do some Army ID Alberto markers, just finding out the colors to make sure they look okay, especially with the white font and they're easily legible. I'm also right now got the entrenchment and oh shoot, I have to do it properly. I didn't do it right. The entrenchment count Alberto markers, but I'm doing there's going to be no actual entrenchment counter markers because since you can't have an entrenchment marker by itself, it has to have an infantry or like a ground combat unit there kind of thing. I'm transferring it. It's going to be turned into an Alberto marker. That's as simple as that, and they look great. But what I want to do is have a turn counter on it, so it's going to be like E7, E6, E5, and then you just swap every whatever. Less stacking. I inadvertently went the opposite way for some of the counters than Alberto did. Like Alberto has the bottom counter wider than the top, which makes complete sense, more sense than mine. It's just the way I printed. So my bottom counters for some of the things are like the railhead. Oh, wait until you see the sweethearts. They're nice. Like Alberto picked a wicked graphic. Those counters are smaller than the ones on the top, which is great though actually because when I go to pick up, I never actually am picking up a fortress counter or any of that stuff. They always stay down there. It's like yes. So I need to do the Army ID things. The trench Alberta markers are drying. What else? I did make a few notes here. Hold on. Yes, I'm gonna do some special areas. For example, like here, well, it's called the bridge hex, but it's two hexes or whatever. Like this 3D printed bridge. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it there or whatever for like the game up there, but I want special mention. This has been for me a massive narrative. I mean, hasn't been much combat there lately, but a lot of blood has been spilled there, and a lot of yeah, geez, it's just been a huge just this big tug of war, like just a butting of heads, I guess, for like over, nearly 2 months there. What else? I also need, so I'm glad that things are kind of going ahead of schedule because I do want to have some time um, between actually playing the game and having the board set up. I need time to like plan out, especially with Operation. Not going to say it yet. Oh, do I ever like the name? Jesus Murphy, I love it. But I need time to get that, assembled. Plus, I want to go over the rules a little bit more. And so, like I said, I want to start playing by Christmas Eve, and that'll be flippin' sweet. What other things that I want to mention? Yeah, I think that's about it. Awesome. Yeah, so things are looking great on the other map, but like I said, I don't want you to see it. I want you to get used to or remember this and go, whoa. And remember, the whoa will be a relative whoa. I mean, compared to something like, a store-bought, whatever, it's going to be a low whoa or a little whoa or whoa. You get the idea. Okay, so I hope you have a great day.